Yes, you already know what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen of that land, welcome to the inaugural episode of the No Shortcut Show with my boy, longtime friend, legendary DJ, your favorite DJ's favorite DJ Famous,
What's
and my
happening?
what up, and myself, Jerry Midas Hardison, artist, MC,
Yeah,
musician,
yeah,
producer, wear many hats.
yeah.
You heard? But we here, man. We here. We want to bring something new to you guys, a new and fresh platform in today's age of podcasting. You understand? So we just coming off this ice and snow. We had a couple of weeks of that. We actually were gonna try to kick this off then, but due to technical
Ice.
difficulties, whether we was able to, just reschedule and give you guys that, as they say, put our best foot forward.
That's
Famous,
right.
what up, man?
What's
Tell the
happening?
people.
What's happening, man? I just figured we get on here, do this show. We got a lot of jewels between the two of us as far as
Yeah,
how to get things going out in in
yeah,
in, in hustlenometry.
yeah. Hustlenomics.
Hustlenometry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And we're gonna
yeah.
talk
So,
to we're gonna talk about how we did this thing, what we do, how we've done
yeah,
it, and then talk to other people that's doing it too. You know?
absolutely. And it's always good to give back. Not to say we have everything made and we know everything under the sun. But when it comes to being elite at your craft, we feel like we do have certain knowledge, certain gems that we can reach back and maybe sprinkle those and help the next person. But
Absolutely.
so famous uh, approach. I don't know when you initially mentioned to me the idea. It was his idea, and I'm just fortunate enough that he felt, felt led,
Yeah, I felt compelled.
compelled.
I felt compelled. I had the
Far
idea.
west,
I
it
had
was
the
way
idea
ahead
a
of
while ago.
yeah. So and it was something that we had on the back burner, and we just wanted to. This is our inaugural episode, so we'll be
Yeah.
doing certain things like, like you said, discussing whatever your craft may be, whatever your profession or your service that you provide, discussing things like that, as well
Yeah.
as current events, just life issues,
Yeah.
and things like that, whether it be parenthood. We plan to cover
Yeah.
a wide variety of topics here.
For sure.
No shortcuts, though.
There's no
That's the whole.
shortcuts.
That's the whole premise. There is no shortcut to your final destination, and I haven't even reached my final destination yet. I'm still a work in progress.
Yeah. Gotta put
Yeah.
in the work.
You know what? Yeah, we got to give the people some backstory, though. I guess as
Okay.
far as how we cross paths and things like that. Would you like to do the honors?
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day when we were gonna record last week, and I don't
Yeah.
remember. It's been a long time now. I don't
I
remember what year it
Mellow
was.
Group McHale's.
Yeah.
And first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I participate in two different outfits as far as a musician or musical director is concerned. I have an outfit that I've been in for a minute now. We've got awards from the city of Rock Hill. That group is Mellow Groove, which I have more of a ownership role in, and I'm also keyboardist and musical director for the legendary chairman of the board. So I balance
Yes,
two
sir.
bands. I also sit in with other outfits as far as playing music.
Yes,
Famous and
sir.
myself, we work together on the DJ MC tip.
Yeah.
I also play at my church and do funerals and other things of that nature as far as musician is concerned. But I want to say you came to a Mellow Groove gig
Well,
at McHale's.
before I came to
Yeah,
the gig, I had already heard of you from two different people
wow, okay.
when I was managing the jewelry store, and
Yeah,
two different employees knew you from different ways. One was from Sherrall, where
yeah,
your hometown, and then the
yep.
other one knew you. I think she had came to see you play somewhere, and she knew I was DJing. She knew you was an MC. She's like, "Oh yeah, you should meet this dude. He's really good. He do this, he do that." I was like, "What?" And then I went
Yeah,
to the show. And then I went
yeah.
to the
Then we
show.
then we had a little. melee, not melee. That's the wrong word. A little, I guess, shindig. That's what I
Yeah,
should say.
a
After
little
that,
after, a little
I don't know
after
why.
schmaff.
A little shindig
Yeah,
after the performance.
yeah,
This
yeah.
had
That's
to be
right.
2007, 8ish,
Yeah,
But
that's what I was trying to remember. I think it had to be like '07 or something. Yeah,
guys ended up at the shindig, which
yeah.
was at actually afterwards, and we began to chop. You and I, we began to chop it up about music. You were, telling me about you were a DJ, and
Hmm.
some of the establishments that you were performing at,
Yeah,
playing at, and things like that. And so from that evening, a musical relationship slash friendship was born. And then and
yeah.
then I got rhyming and MCing, and we started doing showcases, and I
And
would,
that's what did it for me with the music was because when we started talking, I was like, man, this dude don't talk like he from South Carolina. I came
oh
from New
yeah,
York. I was just here a couple years at that point. I was like, this
yeah,
dude don't talk like he from the South. And as far as like when we was talking about what our musical influences were and all that stuff with the hip hop, like you had that
mhm,
real like you reminded me of New York. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this dude, me and this dude
yeah,
can talk about something because,
yeah,
you weren't not what I thought the stereotype, Southern hip hop, that kind of stuff. You was really on that New York stuff too. So I was like, oh, I
right,
like this dude. I like this dude.
yeah.
And then when I heard you
So
rhyme, I was like, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah. And I was talking with someone a week or so ago, and they was asking me about that, like, why, how do I sound the way I do, and
Yeah.
this and that. But the only thing that I can come up with is my childhood. My dad is
Mm-hmm.
a bishop now. Means if you familiar with how church structure is ran, my dad's a bishop. Coming up, he was pastoring churches and stuff. And the way it goes is after you start up so many churches and you have so many churches under your umbrella,
Mm-hmm.
and along with some other technical things, you become a bishop. So
Yeah.
my point in saying that is this: is that being a musician, growing up in my dad's church, him being a preacher, he was all up and down the East Coast. We used to oversee, not we, he
Yeah.
used to oversee. I say we because I'm in the family. I used to make these trips.
Yeah.
We in Washington D.C. He started a church there. We going to Connecticut, do a week of revival, and up and down the East Coast. And I just feel like at a early age, traveling with my dad and being in those environments and around different people, being in those environments influence my dialect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah. That
this is
definitely did it.
it is who I am. It is who I am.
That's good.
You know,
That's good.
and you
That's what
throw
I.
some on top of that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah, that's what I got from the beginning. And then, like you said, we started doing, shows. I would be DJing. Got yo, the what they was paying us then, I wouldn't even. We couldn't. Even,
At
we couldn't even
we
look at
started out
nobody for
doing,
that.
we started out doing the showcases
Yeah.
at Hoopers, right?
Right. Right.
I
Right.
think we
Right.
dollars,
Yeah. Because what
perhaps.
happened
But
With Hoopers, it was
it was a little
along
more.
with the
Well, when we
theme of
did
the show.
showcase,
Along with the theme of the show, no shortcuts, right? I
right?
did I did somebody's birthday party at Hoopers. She was like, "Oh, I'm having my birthday party at Hoopers. It's this place
Mm-hmm.
in South Carolina. Could you come DJ it?" And it was free. I wasn't it was just a homegirl,
Yeah, yeah.
Appeal. It was just, I was just doing it for yeah, I'll come down there and I'll DJ for your birthday party. I didn't know nobody. I didn't know Hoopers, whatever. The place was packed.
Yeah.
And
Got
then
your
it
foot in
ended
the.
up got the foot in the door for that freebie.
Mhm.
And then we was at
Yeah.
Hoopers every week. And then when you came on and we started doing those showcases.
So yeah. So the showcases might have been actually. I think we might have had a different arrangement worked out for the showcases.
Yeah.
I don't remember the bottom line on that, but I got to shout Hoopers out because I don't want to call any specific names, but the manager there at the time, she used to show us the receipt at the end of the night, and she used to throw some extra bread on it.
Hmm.
She used to show us, what they brought in based on us being there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember that?
I don't, but I
And
appreciate it.
she would throw. Yeah. No, I remember it. Hey,
Yeah,
definitely. And you didn't have to do that. So if she's listening, you know who we are. You know
yeah,
who you are, and we appreciate that because most businesses wouldn't do that. But
mm-hmm.
that's an establishment that really appreciates the traffic and the revenue that you brought there for a
Yeah,
particular night. Because at one point, you know, we had local artists. I would host, you would DJ, and local artists, maybe what 10 or 12 acts.
mm-hmm.
Local, we would encourage them to invite their fan base,
Yeah,
bring your CDs, bring whatever. But definitely, it was a way for to put a local artist or many local artists in position to have a chance to perform. You can sit in your room or your basement, whatever, all day and record. But until you get that instant feedback from an audience, it's a one sided thing. So I'm so grateful, and I got to tip my hat for the two of us having that idea to
yeah,
do that locally, and not only at Hoopers, but we took it to the money,
yeah, yeah. Took it
did
to
the
the
money,
money, took it to Empire,
yeah,
and we
Empire,
ended up,
yeah, yeah,
and it all came
yeah,
from just somebody gave it a shot one time, and we just
right,
let ran with that thing. And
yeah,
those, I
yeah,
mean, a lot of those artists we work with, man, they were good too. A
very
lot of
good. They
good,
just
a
needed the
good music out there.
yeah.
Remember the
So shout
first
out to.
time we seen the first when we did the one at the Money and
Mhm.
T Money came out.
Yeah, she rep, and we met
Yo,
going eight for them.
Gone Ape. Yeah, we met Gone Ape through that, and I had
Yeah,
like it was like her audience. It was like they are like her stuff was on the radio. They was out
yeah,
there
yeah,
rapping along with it. I was like, I ain't never
right.
seen it. It was good
Yeah,
though.
yes, locally. So
Yeah,
she definitely showed, from her performance and crowd interaction that she was locally
yeah,
already doing her thing.
for sure,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
great, great to give a platform to local artists and let them do their thing, and
Yeah,
so that's ways in giving back, which I'm all about, and it just makes us stronger at the end of the day,
yeah. So that's
you
how
know.
it started with those showcases and stuff. And even when that run ended, you know, we would still get booked. You know, somebody needs a DJ for their bar, their establishment, their
Yeah,
sports club, and then I bring my man Midas on as my MC. And I actually
yeah,
got that. I got that idea. I was watching this Jazzy Jeff documentary, and he had
uh,
mad skills as his
yeah.
MC the
I've
whole
seen them.
show. And I
Yeah,
was
dope.
like, yo, they're still doing this. Jazzy Jeff
Yeah,
and Mad Skills, my man, I got the
yeah,
perfect MC. So I was like, let me do
absolutely.
this. Whenever somebody wanted to bring me on to DJ, I say, yo, I'm bringing my man
Yeah,
with me. You know, whenever he could, because you know Midas was
yeah,
busy with his bands anyway. But I said, whatever
yeah.
Saturday nights you free, come on through, MC for
Just,
me.
we did celebrations for a while.
Celebrations.
We definitely sold our oats here
Yeah,
local,
yeah,
and even now we still like we this last October had a chance to work together
yeah,
I mean, so you're doing more weddings and stuff like that. You wanna chat with the people and let them know like how your
yeah.
trans about and what's that like?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I've been DJing forever, you know, 20 something years, 30 years, and I always, you know, clubs, bars, nightclubs, that kind of joint. And then once the club scene for me started dying
Yeah,
down a little bit, and
even COVID, right?
oh yeah, yeah, even before COVID, I was
Yeah,
still weaning down on it. Like I would still do, you know, I did Empire for a while still, but it was like every week or every other week, but I was still doing a lot more weddings, and I started when I first started DJing down here, I didn't know nothing about doing weddings. It
yeah,
was just, you know, I thought a wedding DJ was like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right.
yeah,
I got to that age like, I ain't never going to be a touring DJ. I'm not going to Ibiza. You know what I'm saying? So it
yeah.
was time to look at something else. And then when I moved out to Asheville for a couple years, and I was working with a company out there that do weddings and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I can do some weddings. And then I just started to, I loved that a whole lot more, man. I started loving doing the private events and the weddings. And
Yeah.
then it kind of flipped where now the
Uh,
weddings was the priority. And then whenever I'm free, then I do the club and the bar, you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
instead of the other way
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. And the bread was nicer.
The bread was much nicer, but it came from that
Let
same place. Like people would see me at the bar. I would do a couple
yeah,
weddings here or there. People would see me at the bar, like, "Oh, you should do my wedding." I didn't know how to do weddings back then. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, "Yeah, I'll do your wedding." But then it
yeah,
just came more and more and more. A few years ago, I started my own company, and now even at
mm-hmm.
part time, I just do it part time. But I do 25, 30 weddings a year at this point,
Yeah,
and still keeping my day job. And I just that private events, weddings. I'll still rock a party if it's a party to be rocked.
for, su-
But
for sure.
then COVID hit, of course, and all the
Yeah,
clubs and bars kind of shut down anyway. So
yeah. So you
we
was
just
ahead
kind
of
of
the curve.
just a little bit ahead of the curve, a little bit
Yeah,
ahead of the curve.
people not really congregating or shouldn't be.
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
It is the CDC policy
Yeah,
to be congregating in the
but
club and jumping around,
they
sweating and
they still
breathing
be
back.
doing it. I used to tell
You know,
like I talked to a lot of DJs from other states and stuff,
yeah.
doing different workshops, and they always used for the past couple of years. Oh, what's it like down there in South Carolina? What are y'all up to? I say, yo,
Hmm.
man, South Carolina's like the wild wild west. There ain't no rules. There
Yeah,
ain't
no
no
rules,
rules.
man. No
There
rules.
ain't no rules. But I try to stay
That,
away from it.
that could be a good thing, depending on how you look at it and
It could
what you
be.
usually was for.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
could be. But I kind of got to that place where I was coming home at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning.
and then have to get up early the
Got to
next
get
day.
up early, and part of the gig when we was doing them bars and stuff is we was out there eating and drinking, and now I'm eating pizza at 2:30 in the morning on the way home. You know what I'm saying? It's just different
Because you
lifestyle.
because you miss dinner, so you got to eat. You can't go to
Exactly.
bed.
Exactly.
Have
So
all the free food over the years.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And so yeah, so famous of course with DJ, and then so my role as the MC is basically to be the mouthpiece. Let them focus on playing the records. I may and my musical knowledge also allows me to throw input
Hmm.
here and there. You know what I'm saying? Uh, just because I know certain records and samples and stuff, so I may throw stuff here and there, but I'm basically the mouthpiece from him to the audience, trying
Yeah.
to going through the whole show. Like I would let him play a record or whatever. I'll come on the mic, introduce who he is, who I am, what we there for, the
Hmm.
type of tone we set. You
Yeah.
know, giving out any instructions to the patrons. You know,
Yeah.
any instruction. I might add lib record, say rhymes with record. It's all giving energy to the crowd. I might commentate on something I see, something funny. It's all personality based, but you're basically using the music, as a wave to
Hmm.
ride on and provide some additional vocal entertainment. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, and I
that's
definitely needed that too, especially then because I was so used to just DJing and I was hyper focused on DJing and on the music. I
yeah,
wasn't very interactive, and it's helped me now. Like watching you and learning from
yeah,
you has helped me
word,
now when I'm out here doing these weddings by myself and I got to be the MC. I got to be the
yeah.
one introducing everybody. And even,
Oh,
kind of when it's dance time, I got to, kind of get people motivated and, cut up with them and stuff like that.
yeah,
And I was never comfortable with that.
yeah, yeah. And so it's cool I guess, from an audience perspective when the entertainment actually becomes part of the show, even if
Yeah.
for a little while.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
get a
And
kick.
it's a
And
good
that
balance.
Yeah, and that even crosses over to bands and stuff like that. Like,
Hmm.
pre-COVID, we used to
Yeah.
have a section of like with the chairman of the board, that a few sections in the show where people could get up on the stage and do certain things, and it's interaction, and then you kind of from there you kind of give people something they can go home with and remember.
Yeah.
You want to always make your show memorable to some
Yeah.
extent.
So
You know.
how did you originally get hooked up with the chairman of the board?
Well, man, I don't know if you remember or not, but even before that, I was with Danny Woods, who was
Hmm.
one of the original members for about uh with the chairman. But I was playing with Danny Woods for probably about 2 years prior to meeting Ken
Yeah.
Knox and getting with the current chairman of the board. At the time, General Johnson passed away. I want to say 2010,
Mm-hmm.
and General Johnson is the founder and band leader of the original founder and band leader of the
Right.
chairman of the board. He also was with Invictus Records, Stax Records.
Yeah.
He was part of the Showmen. He wrote many songs for
Mm-hmm.
other groups, even the Honeycomb, which I host another platform with one of their founding members, Miss Shelley Clark White.
Mm-hmm.
But the Honeycomb, they had to show a song called One As and Stick Up and things like that. So that these are records from back in the day, legends, you know. So
Yeah.
long story short, after General Johnson passed away in 2010, Ken Knox and Danny Woods momentarily, went their separate ways to try to
Mm-hmm.
figure things out, what they were going to. And through my networking with other musicians here in the area, I got a call from a drummer, Jerome Joseph, and he was work. They would, putting a little outfit together. I want to say little, putting an outfit together with Danny Woods called the board of directors. So I was a part of that
Mm-hmm.
for a couple of years. Danny's health started to decline, and we could no longer really do shows at that rate. Um, LG, I want to say LG and Brandon got me in touch with Ken. LG recorded a verse on one of the chairman of the board songs, Carolina Shuffle,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So shout out to LG, another one of our guys here, man, talent guy, MC, DJ, combo, producer,
For sure.
and Brandon Stevens out of from Mellow Groove and now chairman of the board. At that particular time, Brandon was the lead singer for the Executives, which is the backing band for the
Mm-hmm.
chairman of the board. So the two of them kind of got me in touch with meeting Ken. I went to an audition, and I already knew most of the material, or at least sections of the material, because I was playing with Danny. So he was doing
Yeah.
some of the songs already.
Yeah.
So I went. I really went to listen. When I went to just go to the studio, listen, because they had another keyboard player at the time. So initially it was two keyboard players when I came on, and then
Mm-hmm.
Lonnie had some personal things going on, and now I'm the only keyboard player. But I went to the rehearsal just to listen, and they had me get on keys and play some of the songs, and then I remember I was coming up with some different changes and playing some stuff a little differently, or
Mm-hmm.
some transitional chords, and
A little
uh,
spice on it.
I never group since then. And my Mickey and Mooch gig came out of that too
Yeah.
with Tommy
Yeah. And
by
then you
being at
worked
that
up.
rehearsal. So I got a 2 for 1.
And then you worked up to musical director of chairman of the board now.
Yeah, man. So basically, like musical director is really like a lot of things. None of it is, I would say, written down,
Mm-hmm.
because we do have, like, okay, our bass player is really great with coming up with arrangements and things like that, and then I may come up with some stuff, all, along the years that we add as a band. But I would say in the musical aspect, our bass player is more the musical director. I co-music direct with him,
Mm-hmm.
but I would say when it comes to, like, when you got to round up all the troops, so you got to make sure all the troops are on the same page, or
Mm-hmm.
you at the gig and the band leader is backstage changing, who does he feel comfortable, speaking on his behalf to the
Yeah.
promoter? Who is the promoter checking with when we ready to start?
Mm-hmm.
I'm also introducing the chairman of the board when they come out. So it's a lot of little unwritten things that go along with being musical director. It's music as well, but it's also business, and
Mm-hmm.
also intellect, and it's leadership.
Yeah.
Because who's everybody gonna listen to? Who does everybody, who gonna, if we what we wearing to the show? Who gonna make that decision? Who they gonna ask when they got a question? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, considering the musical aspects as well as the professional aspects, I co music direct with Jerry D.
Okay.
Washington, bass player,
Yeah.
cool dude too, man, cool dude. And music is like sports. You got to have chemistry and continuity.
Mm-hmm.
Like even with you and I, like
Yeah.
there's chemistry. Obviously, that's how we was able to do the musical part, but that's how we now we have the faith in the chemistry from the music to be over here
Right.
doing something totally different.
Yeah.
So even with playing music on stage with other musicians, there has to be chemistry there. And at the same time, it's like you want to be able to have chemistry away from the stage as well. Because if you have chemistry away from the stage, your show and your stage presence and everything like that is
Yeah.
going to be
And people
even
pick
greater.
up on that, man. Just like
Oh
like
yeah,
you said with me and you, as soon as we walk in the door, the show starts. Like
it's
we already be cutting up while we're
cracking jokes.
unloading, cracking jokes, and
Yeah,
people
yeah,
already want to get in on that because that's
yeah.
like the
Oh yeah,
like we just had that back and forth. It would start
yeah.
from the minute we walk in there,
Yeah, yeah,
and
because we already, and what we really doing is we hyping ourselves up to
yeah,
do what we got to do. Like,
yeah,
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a subconscious way. Like,
yeah,
we go ahead and like, let me go ahead and get comfortable because,
yeah,
we just really getting ourselves in gear because we still getting set up and situated, but
yeah.
all we doing is getting ourselves in gear to
Just
do
starting to
what we
get
got
it
to do.
going.
So if we set our own tone properly, it's gonna naturally transition over to the audience.
Yeah, for sure. And I remember, man, I was like, so like I said, I was always quiet when I was DJing. Like not quiet to you, but quiet on the
Yeah.
mic
Oh
to the
yeah.
point where everybody would come up to you
And
and they
think I
think
was
you're the DJ. So we had to. That's when I got the
that's
idea of make the
and
album. Like,
they don't even know who talking in the mic and who's spinning the
yeah,
records.
I'm the DJ. He's the MC.
Yeah, we went back to that whole Fresh Prince. Yeah,
Yeah,
that thing. We
yeah,
can make that a meme kind of, but
yeah,
with
for
us,
sure.
make it a meme. But he's the DJ, and
Yeah,
I'm the rapper slash MC.
yeah.
But funny how the general public take it because I'm the one talking.
Because you're
They
the one
think I'm
talking.
playing records.
Yeah.
That's
You
not the
using
case.
your instrument for that night is your voice.
Yeah,
And, we just play them things together. And like you said, I just throw some stuff in there to throw a little monkey wrench at you and you pick it up real
yeah,
quick. It's like, oh, I know what we doing. Go right
yeah,
into it.
yeah. Some things we've made routines like ideas
Yeah.
that we've made actual routines out of. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what building a show is all about,
Yeah,
man.
that's what it was. And then they look forward to it. Like
Yeah,
your man Jeremy, like, yo, man, I need y'all to do that Michael Jackson joint again. That little Michael
yeah,
Jackson routine we used to do. So
man,
it became
absolutely. So there's
became
many,
one of the favorites.
yeah, yeah, definitely, man. And we thank our friends over the years, and I don't like to say fans. I always
Yeah,
call everybody friend, because I'm human just like everybody else. So we thank all our friends over the years that supported us, man, and
for sure.
different establishments and different avenues of entertaining, whatever it was that we brought to the table. We
Hmm.
always had a decent following who came and support, and that just and I guess that allows us to know that we were doing a good job because people ain't gonna really follow up if it's not on point.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. And we just gonna start giving this thing back a little bit, man. Like I said, with this no shortcut show, we want to talk to other people, not just musicians. We're gonna talk to some musicians too, like Brandon and your man and our friend LG, other people
Yeah.
that's doing this either as their main source or their
Hmm.
side hustle or something they want to quit their job one day and do this full time.
Yeah.
Music, whether it be graphic artists, designers, anything. We just want to talk to other people out here doing stuff. Talk about
Yeah.
what you're doing. Talk about how you got there. Talk about the steps that it took for you to get to where you are now and the
Yeah.
steps it's going to take to get to whatever your next level is. Let's level
Yeah.
this thing up. That's what this
Yeah.
show is going to be.
Yeah. Let them drop all this social media and all of that good stuff. So
Yeah.
I guess in a nutshell, we want to use this platform to share with others, and we can all grow together, whatever it is that we specialize or are gifted.
Yeah.
Gifted. This is the inaugural episode. We just wanted to come on and
This is the
greet you guys.
pilot.
Or yeah, inaugural. It's the kickoff.
Yeah, this is the pilot episode. Let's see if we get picked up.
Yeah, yeah. Get picked up.
Yeah.
Let's get picked up, man. I'm down for it.
Yeah,
And
that's for
then
sure. We gonna come on here, once a week or so, and just talk our talk and discuss what
hmm
happened this weekend or this week or event that you had, event that I had, and then we'll bring on some special guests too, and they'll talk about how they're doing their things.
Yeah, and by the time this comes out to our viewing audience, there will be links and everything where they
Yeah.
can go find. Okay, yeah. So, what, ladies and gentlemen, whatever you see pop up on the screen or in the post, make sure you go to that. Make sure you like it. You
Hit the
subscribe.
subscribe, hit the like, hit the
Hit the
share,
bell.
tell everybody
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, yeah. You want to be just like Bitcoin and all of that. You want to get on board early. Don't wait till we blow up
That's
and
right.
know about it, because we're gonna go back and look at the likes, and if
Yep.
your name ain't there, you wasn't
That's
the
right.
early.
Yeah, we
You
keeping
know?
track.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. And thank y'all for sitting and listening. And y'all support again, because no platform is successful without the support of the audience and the friends that come along with it. So we win, you guys win.
For sure. Thank you. Thank you. We'll talk to y'all next week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Indeed. All right, folks. Peace.